He was the man who saved the Union, but his story is so much more than just battles and surrender. Let's uncover the real Ulysses S. Grant, a man of surprising contradictions and quiet determination. Born Hiram Ulysses Grant, his name was changed by a clerical error when he enrolled at West Point, and it stuck. He wasn't a stellar student, except in one area: horsemanship. He was a natural, a true horse whisperer, a skill that would serve him well. After graduating, he served with distinction in the Mexican-American War, but found peacetime Army life incredibly dull. Missing his beloved wife, Julia, he resigned his commission and struggled for years in civilian life, failing at farming, real estate, and various other jobs. By the time the Civil War broke out, he was working as a clerk in his father's leather goods store, seemingly a man whose best days were behind him. But war, it turned out, was his true calling. While other generals were hesitant and overly cautious, Grant was different. He understood the grim reality of conflict. It was about action, pressure, and relentless forward movement. His strategy was simple but brutal. Find out where your enemy is, get at him as soon as you can, strike him as hard as you can, and keep moving on. This philosophy led to key victories at Fort Donelson, where he earned the nickname Unconditional Surrender Grant, and the bloody but decisive Battle of Shiloh. His greatest triumph in the West was the Siege of Vicksburg. For months, he maneuvered and fought, finally capturing the Confederate fortress on the Mississippi River on July 4, 1863. This victory split the Confederacy in two and was a major turning point in the war. Abraham Lincoln, who had defended Grant against critics, finally had his general. He promoted Grant to lieutenant general, a rank previously held only by George Washington, and gave him command of all Union armies. Grant then came east to face the legendary Robert E. Lee. What followed was the brutal Overland Campaign. Unlike his predecessors who retreated after a single defeat, Grant, after the bloody Battle of the Wilderness, ordered his army south, not north. The message was clear: there would be no retreat. Through relentless fighting at Spotsylvania, Cold Harbor, and the Siege of Petersburg, he wore down Lee's army, knowing the Union had the manpower and resources to win a war of attrition. Finally, on April 9, 1865, at Appomattox Courthouse, Lee surrendered. Grant's terms were generous, allowing the Confederate soldiers to keep their horses and return home, a gesture aimed at healing a fractured nation. After the war, Grant was a national hero. He was easily elected president in 1868, serving 2 terms. His presidency was a complex chapter. He championed the rights of newly freed African Americans, signing the 15th Amendment and using federal power to crush the Ku Klux Klan. However, his administration was plagued by corruption scandals, though Grant himself was never personally implicated. He trusted the wrong people, and his political inexperience showed. After leaving office, he embarked on a world tour and was celebrated everywhere he went. But financial disaster struck again when a business partner swindled him out of his entire fortune. Facing poverty and a terminal cancer diagnosis, Grant did what he always did. He fought back. In a final race against time, he wrote his personal memoirs, finishing them just days before his death. The book was a massive success, securing his family's financial future and becoming a classic of American literature, celebrated for its clear, unpretentious prose. From a failed farmer to the savior of the Union, a 2-term president, and a celebrated author, Ulysses S. Grant's life was a testament to resilience. He was a quiet, unassuming man who rose to the occasion when his country needed him most, a true American original. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time.